Hi, this is Nancy Harvey with Opargo. Working with my Allscripts partners, I've realized that it would be handy to have a quick view of some of the benefits that Opargo can bring to an ophthalmic practice. Let's start with what is Opargo. Opargo has taken the proven technology that the airline industry has used for years to optimize every one of their airplanes to healthcare. Think of it as identifying the goals of your practice, using those same predictive analytics tools to then strategically schedule every appointment. Think about your day and what would make your providers what we call the right kind of busy, making sure that we minimize no-shows and cancellations. We make sure that patients who need care the most receive it at your organization, and that the providers that are available to see patients have proper utilization. Opargo is a SaaS-based solution that has a real-time integration with Allscripts, so all the appointments that are scheduled in Opargo end up in Allscripts looking just like you scheduled them there to begin with. Opargo has three engines that do all the heavy lifting. The optimization engine is the one that prioritizes visits for patients who need care the most. We can prioritize based upon who referred that patient. There's a rules engine that can load balance patients across the proper resources, make sure that if a procedure cannot be done at a certain location, it's never scheduled there, and a patient would never be appointed with a provider that did not accept the insurance. The dynamic messaging engine is very interesting in our ophthalmic practices, especially those who have retina specialists, because we can set frequency rules where certain types of visits are only scheduled every so often. We'll dive into that more here in just a minute when I show you Opargo. So we use these three engines coupled with your historic demand, your provider's preferences and goals, that patient's need. We put all that information into the optimization engine, and then Opargo creates a list of available times that are best in line with the practice's goals and that patient's need. Before we hop into Opargo, I want to show you a little bit more of some of the mapping that's happening behind the scenes. So certainly in an ophthalmic practice, you have patients with varying needs. So some people have sudden onset of floaters, and in this example, only certain providers are going to see those patients that have a sudden onset of floaters. You have optometrists that are going to see your general eye exams. Some people are doing Eylea injections, some are doing Avastin, etc. So this is some of the mapping that's happening behind the scenes. We're starting in the APM schedule because we're going to use these templates to guide Opargo as to when you're in clinic, which location are you at, when are you in surgery. So if we look at Dr. Manning, we can see that he wants to see a follow-up appointment at 10:15, another one at 10:45, and then a regular office visit, which in this case is a new patient at 2:15. All new patients are still going to be registered in Allscripts, but then you'll go to Opargo to appoint that patient. Let's navigate to Opargo. You can see that I have Charles Calhoun pulled up. Sir, was your date of birth 11/7 or 2/12? 2/12? Okay, great. Let's get you an appointment scheduled. Okay, Mr. Calhoun, what type of appointment did you need to schedule? An Avastin injection. Okay, great. And when was it you wanted to schedule your appointment? Okay, October 9th. Let's see what we have available. I then select Go, and Opargo applies the optimization engine, the practice's rules, and returns appointments that are best fit for this practice. You can see right out of the gate that if I had scheduled him for October 9th, we are not going to be reimbursed for these services because, as you know, the Avastin injections will only be reimbursed every 28 days. So if I navigate to a day that's past the 9th, so let's choose the 10th, you can see that I no longer have the green message and I can continue scheduling as appropriate. So let's go ahead and pick this 9:30 time slot with Dr. Manning. Select schedule. I then receive a confirmation. So then if I navigate over to October 10th in PM, you can see that an appointment is scheduled in Allscripts looking just like it was scheduled there to begin with. How impactful would that be to be able to ensure that your Eylea, Lucentis, or Avastin injections We're only being scheduled every 28 days, and you're not having to deal with the billing ramifications of them being scheduled too frequently. Let's recap of what Opargo can bring to the table for your practice. We're holding slots on the appointment schedule for patients who need it the most. Think about your urgent visits, like a patient maybe who has a potential detached retina, because of course it's Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, so there's going to be a detached retina. We can incrementally increase revenue by making sure that physicians are seeing the types of visits that are appropriate for them. Think about the frequency rule around those injections. That could make a huge impact. We're also making sure that no-shows and last-minute schedule changes are diminished by evaluating your data, understanding those trends, and then planning for it. We can also automatically distribute the visits amongst the resources that can see them, as well as helping the schedulers manage all of the provider's rules and preferences. And then lastly, we provide a different level of accountability across your schedulers because we're giving them tools like they've never had before. We're giving them the ability to use Opargo to adhere to the rules of the practice. They don't have to have them memorized. They don't have to reference sticky notes or a binder in order to make sure that they're scheduling how they're supposed to. I would love the opportunity to visit with you further about Opargo. Definitely get in touch with your Allscripts sales rep that sent you this video and let's talk further. Thanks.